You are not here by accident. The moment you are watching this, the date it reaches you, especially if it is before 20th of July, matters more than you think. Something has aligned, not outside, but within you. The timing of this message is not random. It's a reflection of where you are mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And if you are honest, you'll feel it. You'll feel that something is shifting inside of you. This is not just another day. This is not just another video. And this is not just another voice. This is a sign of readiness. 21st July is not important because of the number or the calendar. It's important because of the state you are in while moving toward it. That date can become a turning point. For some, it will pass unnoticed. For others, it will mark the beginning of the end, of confusion, of inner weakness, of delay. The difference is not the day. It is what you decide to do with it. If you are still making excuses, still stuck in cycles, then still doubting yourself, then this shift will pass you by. But if something inside you is tired of the old, if something is silently rising, if you feel the need to move, grow, and break, then this is for you. The truth is this: no one is coming to save you. No date will rescue you unless you rise for yourself. 20th of July can be the same as any other day, or it can be the one that you never forget. But that depends on your awareness, your decisions, your willingness to face yourself. That is where real power begins, not in motivation, not in information, but in the silence of a single decision to no longer remain who you were yesterday. You didn't find this message randomly. It found you. You've been thinking, searching, overthinking, getting tired, looking for meaning in all the wrong places. But now it's here. This is not a prediction. It is a confrontation. 20th July is your line. The shift is not waiting for you. It is already happening with or without your permission. Life is not asking anymore. Life is pushing. Some of you have been feeling it in your body. Restlessness. So, unexplained exhaustion. A deep urge to be alone. A strong discomfort around things that used to entertain you. That's not burnout. So, that's your system rejecting what no longer aligns. That's your inner self calling you back. Listen to it before 20th of July. Pay attention. Don't numb it. Don't scroll past it again. That discomfort is not pain. It is your compass. Follow it. This is not the time to wait. This is not the time to overthink. This is not the time to let fear lead. It's the time to move. Move differently. Think differently. Act differently. 20 July is not your deadline, it's your opportunity. And that opportunity won't come in the form of clarity. It will come through action, through stillness, through choosing not to repeat the same cycle, through saying no to your distractions and yes to the discomfort of growth. The version of you that survives beyond 20th July will not look like the version that exists today, but only if you're willing to leave parts of yourself behind. That's what change actually is. Not adding something new, but letting go of what no longer serves, letting go of false beliefs, letting go of the fear of being seen. So letting go of the need to be understood. You do not need to be understood. You need to be disciplined. You need to be real. You need to be ready. You already know what you need to do. It's not hidden. It's not unclear. The only reason you delay is because of fear of pain, fear of being judged, fear of starting. But fear does not vanish by waiting. It only dissolves through movement, through repetition, through silence. And every time you ignore that inner voice, you drift further from who you're meant to become. Don't wait for 20th of July to wake you up. Wake up now and let 20th July be your proof. You are not broken. You are not lost. You are just waiting to decide. Now, decide before life decides for you. Decide before another year passes with the same thoughts, same distractions, same emotions, same complaints. If you're still looking for a sign, this is it. If you're still searching for permission, give it to yourself. The timing of this message is not an accident. You are seeing it before 20 July for a reason. Now act like it. This is your shift. Don't wait for the world to recognize it. Don't wait for comfort to confirm it. Don't wait for someone to clap for you. Your power comes from the decision to rise alone. And that power starts when you take full responsibility. No more waiting, no more repeating, no more delay. The moment is now. Before 20th July, move. Change does not arrive just because you want it. It arrives when you are truly ready. And that readiness is not emotional. It is not about feeling inspired. It is about becoming clear, focused, and deeply honest with yourself. If you are seeing this before 20th July, it means life is responding to something inside you, something deeper than thought, something silent that's been preparing in the background. This is not about luck. It is about alignment. Your current reality is not random. It is the exact reflection of your readiness to grow. You say you want a shift, but have you truly created the space for it? You want change, but are you willing to let go of who you were? That's what most people avoid. They want transformation, but not the sacrifice. They want peace, but not discipline. They want results, but not the silence that creates them. The 20th July is close, and it's not bringing you anything unless you've already started to become the version of yourself who can receive it. You are not waiting for life. Life is waiting for you. Most people are stuck not because they're incapable, but because they keep asking without acting. They repeat the same thoughts every day, so hoping for something different. But life doesn't change through repetition of thought. It changes through the breaking of pattern. You must be willing to see clearly where you are not ready. Your delay is not caused by others, not the world, not your past. It's caused by your unwillingness to let go of comfort. This message isn't here to entertain you. It's here to reflect you. And if it reached you before 23rd July, then it's time to stop asking and start becoming. The shift you're waiting for will not knock on your door. It will only meet you halfway. And the first half is always your responsibility. Don't expect a new life if you're still clinging to the habits that built the old one. Every moment you waste in avoidance, you feed the life you say you want to leave behind. The truth is, change is not difficult. It's uncomfortable. And that's why most never begin. But if you've been feeling a heaviness lately, a restlessness, that quiet pull to separate from everything and go within, you're not broken. Yeah, you're just becoming. That's the process. You must die to your past to be reborn. You must shed before you shine. And if you're watching this before 20th July, understand that your life is only reflecting what you are prepared to handle. No one is going to remind you every day to evolve. You either feel the urgency or you don't. If you don't feel it, then keep sleeping. But if you do, if there's a tightness in your chest, if you feel behind in life, if you feel like time is closing in, then let that discomfort guide you. Let it push you. You don't need motivation. You need movement. You don't need more information. You need direction. You don't need a sign. You already received it. Before 20th July, people wait for a moment that feels right. That moment never comes. What comes instead is a day like today, a message like this, a window you didn't expect. And the question is, will you walk through it or will you scroll past it like all the others? There is no later on this path. There is no when I'm ready. You are already being tested by life. The only thing you can control is your response. You are not weak. You're just distracted. You are not confused. You're just afraid to act. But fear only grows in hesitation and confidence only grows in action. So act before 20th of July, change something, break something, drop something, start something. Because if you don't, the shift will pass you by. Life will give the opportunity to someone else, someone who showed up ready, not just wishing. Growth has a cost. It demands something from you. So you will not be able to stay the same and receive something new. You will not be able to hold on to your comfort and also walk into your power. You must decide. You must let go and you must move before you feel ready. That is how change actually happens. You step forward in the dark and you trust that you will grow into the version of yourself that can handle the light. 20th of July is not just a date. It is a mirror. It reflects your urgency, your mindset, your preparation. Are you ready to stop just knowing and start living what you know? Are you ready to stop doubting and start deciding? You will not be carried forward. You must carry yourself. And the path will not become clear until you begin to walk it. You were not shown this message to feel good. You were shown this to wake up, to face yourself, to rise before 20th of July, before you miss another shift, before you spend another year in the same cycle, wondering why nothing changes. Nothing changes until you do. So change. Now, if you truly want to experience a shift in your life before 20 July, there's one truth you cannot avoid without discipline. Nothing will change. Discipline is not about forcing yourself into routines. It is about freeing yourself from the things that weaken you. Many people are trapped by their own habits, by their own impulses, by the lies they tell themselves to avoid doing what needs to be done. You can't talk your way out of it. You can't wish your way forward. You must act consistently, even when no one sees you, especially when no one sees you. 20 July can be a doorway, but you are the only one who can walk through it. And you won't get through that doorway unless you have trained your mind to stop running. Discipline is training, training your thoughts, training your time, training your emotions. It's not punishment. It's not struggle. It's alignment. You will never be in control of your life until you learn to control yourself. This is the cost of becoming someone new. This is the price of real change. You can't live your whole life reacting to everything. Reacting to feelings, reacting to problems, reacting to distractions. A disciplined mind is not reactive. It is calm. It is sharp. It knows what to do and when to do it. So it doesn't wait for permission. It doesn't wait for motivation. If you want to meet the version of yourself waiting on the other side of 20th of July, you must become dangerous in silence, unshakable in focus, unstoppable in execution. You already know what's pulling you down. You know what you keep doing that keeps you weak. You know what habits you need to break. You don't need more clarity. You need more control. Most people will keep lying to themselves. So they'll say they're waiting for the right time, waiting for energy, waiting for the right mindset. But the truth is they're just avoiding the discomfort of discipline, because discipline requires that you become someone new, and and becoming someone new means killing who you've been. This is where most people turn back. This is where they settle. They fear the emptiness that comes after letting go of the old. But that emptiness is not punishment. That emptiness is the space where growth begins. And only discipline can carry you through it, not excitement, not emotion. Discipline. The quiet, steady, sharp edge of your will. And it's what you will need the most before 20th of July. Every day until 20th of July is a test of how much you truly want to change. You'll be tempted to fall back into comfort. You'll be surrounded by distractions. But each time you say no to what weakens you, you say yes to the future waiting for you. Each time you wake up early, each time you sit in silence, each time you train your body, your breath, your mind, you are proving something to yourself. You are becoming someone that doesn't break. Without discipline, your life will belong to your emotions, and your emotions are unstable. If you only act when you feel good, you'll never build anything strong. Growth requires doing things you don't want to do repeatedly until they become part of you, until you no longer negotiate with weakness, until it's normal to be in control. That's when the shift happens, not in a moment of motivation, but in 100 silent moments of discipline. Don't look for freedom in ease. Freedom is not found in comfort. It is found in structure, in limits, in practice. When you give your mind a routine, it becomes still. When you give your body a rhythm, it becomes sharp. When you give your day purpose, your life begins to rise. This is what must be done before 20th of July. Not to impress anyone, not to perform, but to prepare yourself to become aligned with the very thing you say you want. Ask yourself honestly, how many hours do you waste in distraction? How many decisions do you avoid because they feel hard? How often do you delay the very thing you said mattered most to you? These questions don't require answers. They require action. Change one thing today, just one. Hold it for one day, then repeat it tomorrow. Keep showing up until 20th July. That's it. One shift at a time. Discipline is the highest form of self-respect. When you choose discipline, you are choosing to believe in your future. You are choosing to protect your path. You are choosing to no longer let the small, weak parts of yourself lead. And if you don't choose that before 20 July, you will miss what this moment was meant to teach you. You will remain the same, not because life is against you, but because you refuse to change the way you live. Everything you want, peace, clarity, power, stability is behind the wall of your excuses. Tear it down with discipline. 20 July is approaching not to change your life for you, but to give you the opportunity to step forward with strength. Show yourself that you are no longer the same, and let the world respond to that version of you, the one who does not wait, the one who trains, the one who moves in silence and grows in fire. That version is already inside you, set free through discipline. Before 25th July, you cannot wait it any longer. You've waited enough. And if by 20th July you are still waiting for someone to understand you, for life to make sense, for things to fall into place, you will miss the truth. You don't need more time. You need more action. So you need to cut the noise and start choosing your path with intention, because this moment will not repeat. This season of your life is here for a reason. And if you keep postponing the inner work, you will remain in the same cycle. Most people will never break their patterns. They will keep going in circles, complaining, dreaming, doubting, starting and stopping. Not because they don't want change, but because they refuse to take full responsibility for it. Responsibility means owning every decision, every thought, every reaction. It means no longer blaming time, people, past, or pain. It means you rise above your circumstances and say, it ends with me. June 20th, 23rd July is not special on its own. It's only special if you decide to make it the turning point. It's only powerful if you take the responsibility for your transformation. And that transformation doesn't come from talking. It comes from doing, from waking up earlier, from sitting in silence when you want noise, from walking away from people who keep you weak, from showing up again and again, even when there's no applause, no comfort, no motivation, just you against your habits, against your doubt. This is what real growth looks like. It is not pretty. It's not loud. It is quiet. It is heavy. It is lonely at times. But it is also powerful. It builds a version of you that no longer seeks approval, that no longer needs everything to be easy, that no longer runs from pain. Instead, you learn to use it as fuel, as focus, as fire. You must ask yourself, am I really doing what I can to change? Or am I just wishing my way through life? Because there is no freedom in avoidance. There is no strength in waiting. You are not weak. You are not stuck. You are simply afraid of letting go of the version of yourself that keeps you small. But let this be clear: on a 20th July, the old version of you must die, not because it was wrong, but because it has reached its limit. You must now become the one who chooses differently, the one who takes the inner path, the one who accepts full responsibility for how things go from here. No more blame, no more excuses, no more maybe tomorrow. This is the mindset shift. This is the moment when you stop carrying your old story like a burden and start writing a new one with your actions. Responsibility is not about guilt. It is about power. It is about realizing that everything within you is stronger than anything outside of you. And when you stop waiting for someone to save you, you find the strength to save yourself. That is what must happen before 25th July. A complete shift in how you see your life, not as something happening to you, but something created by you. Yes, you will be tested. Yes, you will feel discomfort. But this is the point. Growth does not come wrapped in comfort. It comes in the form of challenges that break you open so you can see who you really are. And if you choose to stay awake, if you choose to remain responsible, you will meet a version of yourself you never thought existed. A version that is grounded, disciplined, aware, not perfect, but powerful. Look closely at your react, the way you avoid, the way you distract yourself. These are all signals. They're not here to shame you. They're here to teach you, but only if you pay attention. Most people ignore the signals. They cover them with noise, music, scrolling, talking, eating, blaming. But silence reveals everything. If you can sit with yourself and take responsibility for what you feel without running, you are already becoming new. So here is your reminder. 20th of July is coming. Let that date mark the end of waiting. Let it mark the death of the person who needed permission, the one who waited for motivation, the one who blamed time, others' life. And let it mark the rise of the one who takes full ownership, not half. Not when convenient, full ownership. Every step forward is yours. Every failure is yours. Every victory is yours. There is nothing more powerful than this, because once you take full responsibility, no one can take your peace, your strength, your purpose. You are no longer reacting to life, you are shaping it. That is the path. That is what must begin before 20th of July. From this point forward, say to yourself, no more delay. No more distraction. I am responsible for who I become. I am responsible for what I allow. I am responsible for what I carry and what I release. And because of that, I am free. This is not easy, but it is necessary. And it will change everything if you let it. 20th July is approaching. And before that date, you must make a decision. Will you continue holding on to the version of yourself that only survives? Or will you begin to create the version that thrives? Because the truth is, nothing will change until you do. Nothing will shift unless you shift from within. You can't blame your environment forever. You can't use the past as a shield. And you cannot keep postponing your own growth, hoping the world will one day adjust itself to your comfort zone. Comfort is dangerous. It whispers to you, it tells you to stay a little longer in situations that no longer serve you. It keeps you surrounded by people who drain your energy and habits that numb your spirit. But this isn't living. This is slow decay. Every day you delay, you lose strength. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you build the wrong muscle. And before you know it, years go by. You look in the mirror and realize you've become a stranger to your own potential. 20th of July must not be just another date. So it must be the day you choose to stop lying to yourself. No more pretending that you don't know what needs to change, So you've always known. You've just been waiting for the pain to become unbearable. But wisdom means acting before destruction. Power means choosing change before you are forced into it. And that's what this is, a choice. You cannot grow while carrying what is no longer aligned with who you are becoming. You must be willing to let go. Let go of the approval you keep chasing. Let go of the fear of starting over. Let go of the attachments that keep you in places you've outgrown. Let go of the guilt that stops you from choosing yourself. Growth requires release, and release takes courage. Many people never change because they fear what they might lose. But you must begin to ask, what am I already losing by staying the same? How much energy is being drained by pretending everything is okay? How many dreams have I sacrificed for the sake of comfort? How many years have I spent living beneath my own potential? The old you must die, not in anger, not with judgment, but with clarity, with truth. That version of you did what it could. It coped. It survived. It got you here, but it cannot take you further. It doesn't have the discipline. It doesn't have the clarity. It doesn't have the strength, and it's not supposed to. Because your next chapter requires a new mindset, a new identity, a new level of responsibility. Responsibility means this: no one is coming to fix your life. No one will suddenly appear to remove your fear, your doubt, your sadness. That's your job. That's your path. And if you don't walk it, no one will. So stop waiting for signs. Stop waiting for the right mood. Stop waiting to feel ready. You don't need more time. You need more self-honesty. You need a decision so powerful that it shakes every cell in your body. That decision must be made before 20th July, not next month, not when things feel better, right now. Because if you don't decide, life will decide for you. And life has a way of forcing growth through pain. But you don't have to wait for the breakdown. You can begin the breakthrough now by choosing discipline, by choosing clarity, by choosing the hard path, the one that builds you. You must stop asking, what if I fail? And begin asking, what if I never try? Because the real failure is not falling. The real failure is never giving yourself the chance to rise. Most people don't even start. They spend their lives avoiding the discomfort that leads to their own greatness. But if you want to be free, you must embrace the storm. You must walk through the fire of your own transformation. And yes, it will be uncomfortable, but discomfort is a sign that you are shedding your old skin, that you are stepping into the unknown, that you are breaking the pattern. And breaking patterns hurts. It confuses the mind. It triggers the emotions, but it's necessary. Because only through the breaking can something new be built. To data, July is the line between the old and the new, between the person who waited and the one who decided, between the version that copied and the one that created. What you do before that day will shape what happens after it. So rise now. Not with noise, not with drama, but with deep, unshakable commitment. Clean your space, cut off distractions, protect your time, feed your mind, guard your energy, learn what matters, let go of what doesn't. Walk every step with awareness. Speak only what aligns with your truth. And when you slip, which you will, stand back up without shame, because growth is not about perfection. It is about returning to the path again and again, stronger each time. Let 20th July be the day your new path becomes non-negotiable. Let it be the day your old excuses become powerless. Let it be the day you finally say, I choose to grow, I choose to lead, I choose to build the life that reflects who I truly am, not who I was taught to be. This is your time, not tomorrow, not someday. Now, 20th July is not just a date on the calendar. It's a mirror, a moment to reflect, to confront, and to awaken. This is not about the world outside. This is not about the system, your family, or your circumstances. This is about you. It is about what you are willing to tolerate from yourself. Because your life right now, everything in it, is the result of what you've accepted, what you've allowed, and what you've repeated. And if you don't like what you see, 20th of July must be the turning point. There comes a moment when you must stop negotiating with your lesser self, the one that delays, the one that complains, the one that looks for shortcuts. You fed that self long enough. And every time you did, it grew stronger, more convincing, more comfortable in keeping you small. But there is no growth in staying small. There is no fulfillment in repeating your limits. You were not born to stay in the loop. You were born to break it. 24th July demands a higher version of you, not for anyone else, but for yourself, for your sanity, for your peace. So, for the promise you once deep inside that you would live fully, not halfway, you said you wanted change. You said you wanted more. So now it's time to show it, not with words, but with action. Relentless, disciplined, uncomfortable action. The reason most people never reach their potential is because they wait for life to get easier. But life isn't supposed to get easier. You're supposed to get stronger. And that strength only comes from struggle. Not the kind of struggle that breaks you, but the kind that builds you, sharpens you, humbles you. The kind that teaches you who you really are when the excuses are stripped away. So on 20th of July, no more blaming, no more hiding, no more waiting for motivation. If you keep waiting to feel like it, you'll stay in the same place for the next 10 years. Growth is not about feeling good. It's about choosing what's necessary, even when it's inconvenient, especially when it's inconvenient. You want freedom, then build discipline. You want clarity, then remove the noise. You want purpose, then stop wasting time on things that do not align. Because every moment you spend distracted, Every hour you give to things that do not serve your future, that is time stolen from your potential. And time is not something you can earn back. 25th July is your checkpoint. Are you moving forward or are you just moving in circles? And if the answer is circles, then ask yourself, what are you still holding on to? Is it comfort? Is it fear? Is it someone else's approval? Or is it the version of you that's addicted to being busy but not productive, overwhelmed but not evolving? The truth is simple. Growth would require discomfort. It requires sacrifice. You can't keep everything and expect transformation. Something has to go. Maybe it's your habits. Maybe it's your environment. Maybe it's your identity. The way you see yourself might be the very thing that's limiting you. If you still see yourself as the person who always fails, who always gives up, then that is who you will continue to be. But you can choose differently. You can build a new image, one based on effort, on awareness, on responsibility, not perfection, but progress, not noise, but discipline, not ego, but humility. Let 24th July be the day you silence the noise, the external voices, the internal doubts, and hear the truth underneath it all. You already know what needs to be done. You've always known. The problem was never knowledge. It was the lack of execution. And execution begins with a decision. You don't need a perfect plan. You need presence. You need to show up daily with commitment, with fire, and with the refusal to keep betraying yourself for temporary relief. No one's coming to push you. No one is going to drag you to your future. But that work belongs to you. And yes, it's heavy, but you're stronger than you think. You've carried pain. You've carried disappointment. You've carried failure. Now it's time to carry growth. Carry discipline. Carry vision. Make 20 July the start of a new era, not just a better mood, not a motivational spike, but a new operating system, one based on daily execution. One where emotions are respected but not obeyed. One where you do what must be done, regardless of how you feel. Don't just break the old pattern. Replace it with a new standard. Speak differently. Think differently. Move differently. Decide that the old you has no voice after 20th of July because the new you is focused, clear, hungry, not for comfort, but for evolution. This is your life. No more recycling days. No more wasting time pretending you're working on yourself when you're just distracting yourself. You either build or you decay. You either evolve or you repeat. Let 20th July mark the death of the version of you that waited, that hesitated, that made excuses. And let it be the birth of the version that takes full ownership of their time, their choices, their future. The door to your next chapter is open, but you must walk through it with courage, with fire, and without turning back.